Hey there, my friends. Welcome back to the channel. We're all about living healthier, happier, and longer lives, especially in our fabulous middle years. I'm so thrilled you're here today because we're diving into something truly inspiring. 5 morning habits of centenarians that keep them young. Start these today. Yep, we're talking about the secrets of people who've lived past 100. And trust me, these habits are so simple, so doable, that you'll want to jump out of bed tomorrow morning to try them. So, grab a cup of coffee, get comfy, and let's chat like old friends about how to add a little sparkle to your mornings and maybe even a few extra years to your life. Now, before we get into these life-changing habits, let me ask you something. Have you ever wondered what it takes to not just live a long life, but to live a vibrant one? I mean, we're not just talking about hitting triple digits. We're talking about staying sharp, staying active, and feeling young at heart, no matter what the calendar says. I've spent years researching how people age gracefully, especially for us middle-agers in the U.S., the U.K., and across the Western world, and I found that it's not about fancy diets or expensive gadgets. It's about the little things we do every single day. And the best part? These centenarians, these incredible folks who've seen a century of sunrises, they're showing us the way with habits that are totally within our reach. So, today, I'm going to share 5 morning routines that these wise elders swear by. These aren't just random tips. They're backed by science, inspired by real-life stories, and perfect for anyone in their 40s, 50s, 60s, or beyond who want to feel energized, hopeful, and ready to take on the day. And don't worry, I'm not going to lecture you like some stuffy doctor. Think of me as your friend who's super excited to spill the tea on how to live your best life. Ready? Let's dive in. Habit 1. Start with gratitude. All right, let's kick things off with something that sounds simple but is an absolute game changer: gratitude. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Gratitude sounds like something you read about in a self-help book, right? But hear me out. Every centenarian I've studied, from the sunny hills of California to the cozy villages of England, starts their day with a moment of thankfulness. It's like their secret sauce for staying young at heart. Here's how it works. When you wake up, before you even check your phone or start worrying about your to-do list, take a minute to think of 3 things you're grateful for. It could be as big as your family or as small as the smell of your morning coffee. For example, I love starting my day by saying, I'm thankful for my cozy bed, my dog's wagging tail, and the fact that I get to share this moment with all of you. It's like hitting the reset button on your mindset, washing away stress, and filling you with positivity. Why does this matter? Well, science backs it up. Studies from places like Harvard show that practicing gratitude can lower stress hormones, boost your mood, and even improve your heart health. For middle-agers like us, that's huge. Less stress means more energy to enjoy life. Plus, centenarians often say gratitude keeps them grounded. They've lived through wars, recessions, and all sorts of challenges, yet they focus on what's good. That's wisdom we can all borrow. So, how do you make this a habit? Keep it simple. You can say your 3 things out loud, write them in a journal, or even think about them while you're brushing your teeth. One of my viewers, Susan from Texas, shared that she started writing 1 gratitude note every morning, and now she feels like she's smiling from the inside out. Isn't that beautiful? Try it tomorrow, and I promise you'll feel a little lighter. Habit 2, move your body gently. Okay, habit number 2 is all about movement. But don't worry, I'm not going to tell you to run a marathon before breakfast. Centenarians know that gentle, mindful movement in the morning is a key to staying limber and strong. Whether it's a few stretches, a short walk, or some light yoga, moving your body wakes up your muscles, boosts your circulation, and gets you ready to tackle the day. Take my friend Clara, who I met while researching in the UK. At 1:02, she still does 5 minutes of stretching every morning. Nothing fancy, just reaching for the sky, touching her toes, and rolling her shoulders. She told me, it's like telling my body, we're still in this game. And she's right. Studies from the Mayo Clinic show that even 10 minutes of daily stretching can improve flexibility, reduce joint pain, and lower the risk of falls. Something we all want to avoid as we age. Now, I know mornings can be busy, especially if you're juggling work, grandkids, or all the other stuff life throws at us. But here's the beauty of this habit. You don't need a gym or an hour-long workout. You can do a few stretches in your pajamas, right next to your bed. Try this. Stand tall, reach your arms up, and take a deep breath. Then slowly bend forward, letting your hands dangle toward the floor. Hold for a few seconds, then roll back up. Do that 3 times, and you're already on your way. If you're feeling a bit more adventurous, check out some beginner yoga videos online. There are tons of free ones tailored for seniors. Or, if you're like me and love a morning stroll, put on your favorite playlist and walk around the block. The fresh air, the music, the movement. It's like a hug for your body and soul. So, let's make a pact. Tomorrow morning, move your body for just 5 minutes. You'll be amazed at how good it feels. Habit 3, nourish with a simple, healthy breakfast. All right, let's talk about fueling up for the day with habit number 3, a nourishing breakfast. Centenarians don't skip this meal, and they keep it simple, wholesome, and packed with nutrients. Think of breakfast as your body's way of saying, okay, let's do this. It sets the tone for your energy, your focus, and even your mood. In places like the blue zones, those areas around the world where people live the longest, morning meals are often light, but nutrient-dense. For example, in Okinawa, Japan, centenarians might have miso soup with veggies and tofu. In Sardinia, Italy, it's whole grain bread with a drizzle of olive oil and some fruit. Here in the US or the UK, you can easily recreate this vibe with something like oatmeal topped with berries and nuts, or Greek yogurt with a sprinkle of chia seeds and a sliced apple. Why is breakfast so important? Well, research from the American Heart Association shows that eating a balanced morning meal can stabilize blood sugar, reduce cravings, and even lower the risk of heart disease, something we all care about as we hit our middle years. Plus, centenarians say it's not just about the food, it's about the ritual. Sitting down, savoring your meal, maybe share it with a loved one. It's a moment to slow down and appreciate the day. Here's a super easy idea to try. Whip up a bowl of oatmeal with almond milk, toss in some blueberries and a handful of walnuts, and drizzle a tiny bit of honey on top. It takes 5 minutes, it's delicious, and it's like giving your body a high five. If oatmeal's not your thing, try a smoothie with spinach, banana, and a scoop of protein powder. The key is to keep it colorful, natural, and full of good stuff. Oh, and one more tip. Try to eat without distractions. Put your phone away, turn off the TV, and just enjoy your food. It's a small change, but it makes a big difference. Habit 4, connect with your purpose. Now, let's move on to habit number 4, and this one's a real heart warmer. Connecting with your purpose. Centenarians often talk about having a reason to get out of bed every morning, something that gives their life meaning. In Japan, they call this ikigai, which loosely translates to your reason for being. It could be tending to a garden, spending time with grandkids, volunteering, or even pursuing a hobby you love. Whatever it is, this sense of purpose keeps them young in spirit. I'll never forget meeting George, a 101-year-old from Florida, who told me he starts every morning by writing a short note to someone he cares about, sometimes a family member, sometimes an old friend. He says, "It reminds me that I'm still here to make a difference." That's powerful, right? And science agrees. Studies from the National Institute on Aging show that having a sense of purpose can lower stress, improve mental health, and even add years to your life. For us in our middle years, this habit is especially important. Maybe you're retired or your kids have moved out and you're wondering, what's next? Well, the good news is your purpose doesn't have to be grand. It can be as simple as calling a friend to check in, signing up for a community class, or starting that painting project you've always dreamed of. The key is to do something that lights you up. Here's how to start. Tomorrow morning, take 2 minutes to think about one thing you want to do that day that feels meaningful. Maybe it's writing a kind note, like George, or planning to help a neighbor. If you're not sure where to begin, try this. Ask yourself, what's one thing I love doing that also helps someone else? That's often where purpose hides. One of our viewers, Linda from London, started knitting scarves for a local shelter every morning, and she says it's given her a new zest for life. So, find your spark and let it guide your day. Habit 5, breathe and be present. All right, We've made it to habit number 5, and this one's like a gift to your soul, taking a moment to breathe and be present. Centenarians often practice some form of mindfulness in the morning, whether it's a quick meditation, deep breathing, or simply sitting quietly and noticing the world around them. It's their way of staying calm, centered, and connected to the moment. I met Maria, a 100-year-old from New York, who spends 5 minutes every morning sitting by her window, watching the birds and breathing deeply. She says, "It reminds me that life is still beautiful, no matter how old I get." Isn't that lovely? And here's the science. Research from UCLA shows that mindfulness practices can reduce anxiety, improve focus, and even boost your immune system, perfect for keeping us middle-agers feeling our best. You don't need to be a meditation guru. Do this. Here's a simple way to start. Find a quiet spot, sit comfortably, and close your eyes. Take 5 slow, deep breaths, focusing on the air moving in and out. As you breathe, notice one thing around you, maybe the warmth of the sun, the sound of birds, or the softness of your chair. That's it. You've just practiced mindfulness. If you want to take it up a notch, try a guided meditation app. There are plenty of free ones with short sessions for beginners. Or, if sitting still isn't your style, you can practice mindfulness while sipping your morning tea, really savoring the flavor and warmth. The goal is to be fully in the moment, even for just a minute or two. It's like pressing pause on life's chaos and giving yourself permission to just be. Wow, we've covered so much today, haven't we? Let's recap these 5 incredible morning habits of centenarians. Start with gratitude to lift your spirit. Move your body gently to stay strong. Nourish with a healthy breakfast to fuel your day. Connect with your purpose to find meaning. And breathe mindfully to stay present. These habits aren't just about adding years to your life. They're about adding life to your years. As middle-agers, we're at this amazing stage where we can choose how we want to age. We can choose to live with energy, with joy, with purpose. And the best part? You don't have to overhaul your whole life to start. Pick one of these habits tomorrow, maybe gratitude or a quick stretch, and see how it feels. Then add another the next day. Before you know it, you'll be building a morning routine that makes you feel like you're 20 years younger. I want to leave you with a little story. A few months ago, I got an email from Tom, a 62-year-old viewer from California. He said he started doing these habits after watching one of our videos, and now he feels more alive than he has in years. He's even teaching his grandkids to say one thing they're grateful for every morning. That, my friends, is what this channel is all about, spreading wisdom, inspiring each other, and living our best lives, no matter our age. So, here's my challenge to you. Try at least one of these habits tomorrow morning, and let me know how it goes in the comments. I read every single one, and I love hearing your stories. And if you found this video helpful, please give a thumbs up, share it with a friend, and hit that subscribe button so we can keep this journey going together. You're not just a viewer. You're a part of this community, and I'm so grateful for you. Until next time, keep shining, keep smiling, and let's live long and live well. See you soon.